Hello, this is Angela Johnstone, Program Director with Special Education for Spokane Public Schools. And the topic is Summary of Performance. This is directed to the audience of special education teachers at the secondary level who are serving students who are in their final year of their educational services. They will be graduating and/or they are aging out of school-based services. So the summary of performance is the final documentation of services in the public school setting. And it is just that. It is the summary or the final evaluation of students to then articulate their academic and level of performance across the school services in the areas in which they were eligible. This is our means of providing that communication to indicate where the student was performing, how they were performing, the types of services, accommodations, supports that they need in order to be successful for that next post-secondary pursuit. Those may be their continuing education, transition into services within the adult system, other agencies, vocational and/or apprenticeship type programs. This is the vehicle that is used by our students, parents, and guardians and advocates who are working with our students when they are leaving our school system. This is a requirement for all students eligible for special education services, which includes students in resource, in our BI programs, designed instruction, MHOH, ABLE, and all other services if they are case managed and are being provided services through our special education department. Final requirement. And it is just that summarization. This document, I will be demonstrating where it is located within the CDOC system. And with that, it is now required, because it is considered through IDEA and the Washington Administrative Code directing services in special education, as a change of placement, because we're changing them from no longer being provided services in the school-based system, now transitioning into adult and or post-secondary pursuits. The last piece then that will be with this, so you have the summary, you have the prior written notice, giving that last notification to parents, guardians, advocates that the student will no longer be served through the public school system. And the last piece of information that we collect is for the post-secondary survey, which is also a state and federal requirement, that we make contact with our students an entire year out of the graduation to then see, are they continuing to pursue those targeted areas that they said they would. They indicated they were going on to pursue continuing education, employment, some type of vocational training, apprenticeship program. So we are then required to be checking on that progress and then whether or not the student has met that goal that they set for themselves upon leaving the Spokane Public School System. If in completing this documentation you have any questions or concerns, please direct those to our secondary special education administrators. They will be more than happy to provide any assistance or guidance that is necessary. Thank you very much for your time. Hello, this is Angela Johnstone, Program Director with Special Education for Spokane Public Schools. And this is the continuation of the summary of performance information. I am in the CDOC system, which is our special education database, and you as case managers have the ability to either search for students under the My Student tab or through the Search tab, which is how I find students. So I'm going to enter my student number and click the search button. And in doing so, the student will populate towards the bottom. So you're going to click the one and or more students that you wish to produce a summary of performance document. So come here to the second tab bars and go to the one marked Activity Logs. Clicking the down arrow button, scroll to the SOP, or Summary of Performance, and scroll continually along the tab bar to Create PDF. And the form then will be pre-populated. This is a paper document. The only information that is placed in here that is the student's specific demographic information. All other information must be handwritten into the form. But this is the student's summary of performance. It is their final evaluation culminating their years with the Spokane Public School System, and it will provide a summary of academic and functional performance. The first is in the area of the student's post-secondary goals: education, training, employment, and independent living. To write then their post-secondary goals and various recommendations to assist the student in being successful in meeting those goals. The second section is the summary of performance, outlining their academic and functional performance, their current present levels of performance, and the essential accommodations, assistive technology, and/or modifications necessary for their post-secondary pursuits. These pages then will be signed by the case manager. The second page is a specific contact information update. This is required in that 1 year out we'll be in contact with students to conduct a post-secondary transition survey. So it is imperative that we have this information. It is a requirement of IDEA both at the state and federal level. And the final form that will be provided is a prior written notice. Because as you recall, this is a change of placement with the final evaluation. Their change of placement states they will no longer be provided services through the Special Education Department of Spokane Public Schools. If you have further questions, concerns, or require further guidance, please contact a special education administrator at the secondary level, and they will be more than happy to provide you with further assistance. These forms will be required towards the end of the school year as are needing to put them into our system to close our student files. Thank you for your time.